Nicole, can you hear me or see me?
Hello, hello, all you beautiful people. I am super excited to be back on air with all of you guys. What a blessing and honor it is to share all information and gifts and really enjoy this connection. I didn't realize how much I missed it. Back in the studio, loving all of you guys that have supported us. I am super excited. Where are we getting some getting some feedback? What a blessing and honor it is. What about Sean? Oh, looks like we're getting a little bit of feedback. We're learning, so we're adjusting to being in the studio, still going Skype, and bring you guys the best message. This intention of the show has been to awaken the consciousness, bring people into unconditional love, and really express yourself. And what a better time to have this show going as we're going through all of these shifts and changes in the world. And today we have, I am Nicole Ashton, and I am your host. And we have, you want to introduce?
I'm April Betty, and I'm so excited to be here. Feels so good.
And on Skype we have Jeffrey Olson.
This is Jeff.
Yay!
I'm here and I hope you can hear me, but I think we're all connected up. Technology is a beautiful thing, right?
Yes, it is. And I absolutely love the way that we all work in harmony, and you get to witness all across the board people learning new things and kind of jumping out of the old paradigm of being comfortable where they're at and having like a tunnel vision by these little events. I feel like that we're like kind of pushed. We're kind of stretched to do amazing things. So today we're going to talk a little bit about an event that we are having, Jeff and I, up and Scott Wright, which we were trying to get him to join us too, but again, we're still all learning this Skype and technology, and pretty soon we'll have it down packed. And then something new will come up and we get to relearn, right? But right now this week we're going to talk about an event that we're having in Pine Valley, and then why Jeff and I came together and chose to do this and the series of events that maybe have happened there and what he's doing. And then April Betty has been on our show, a host on our show many, many times. And she's actively still doing humanitarian work. So what a better day than to have her surprise us. And it's World Humanitarian Day. So I will have Jeff share a little bit about yourself and what brings you here today.
Well, I am here. Nicole and I met about a year ago, and it was in an odd way. We each had an invite on our calendar. I just had an invite on my calendar that said, call Nicole Ashton with the number. And she seemed to have the same, which we found very odd based on the fact that I didn't know who she was. She didn't know who I was. Well, I knew who she was, but we had never met or connected. Anyway, I made the phone call, and she thought I had set the appointment, and I thought she had set the appointment. But that's how we connected. And the purpose of our coming together now in hindsight is just that, is to bring more oneness into the world, to bring more unity, to bring more healing, to bring more peace. And Nicole, it's just such an honor to be here and meet everyone and all new friends. And we love always coming together to do something big in little small ways.
Yes, and in our meeting, we really understood we came to the understanding we have been working in individual spaces and doing our own motivational speaking, and he's an author. And many who are listening probably know Jeffrey C. Olson, and he is known for his book and his story and many other books to come. So you can always follow him on his webpage, which is, can you remind me of that, Jeff?
Yeah, my webpage is envoypublishing.com, ENVOY publishing.com, or you can follow me on social media at Jeffrey, Jeffery, middle initial C, Olson, which is Olsen.
Yay. And we are excited because we do have a lot more that we get to do together. And we're just breaking the iceberg of the masculine and the feminine, and how it is so profoundly important for you to first embrace that masculine and feminine inside of yourself, and then support each other on the outside. Like we came together with two very profound energies in cooperation, and when we started sharing and respecting and honoring each other for where we were at, the magic just began, and it is forever going and flowing. And so it's been a very beautiful process. So we're going to be in Pine Valley this weekend, it's August 22nd. We are almost sold out. I think there's only one more spot. So, but what we get to do is let you know about it so that next year we can create another one. And if you are feeling inspired, and then the after effects of this Pine Valley event, it goes so well, which I know it will, then we may consider doing others. Instead of the annual, we may do more in other areas. So we love your feedback, and the show is created for you to bring you into your awareness and expand your consciousness. And I'm loving how it grows. So we have April Betty here today, which we know, or most of you know her on the Facebook and being on the show. And she is a world-renowned humanitarian, and she has some stuff coming up. If you'd like to share a little about you.
Well, I love what Jeffrey says about the oneness and healing, and I love everything you guys do. And I feel like, well, I'll start out. I have a nonprofit. It's called Hands Healing Hearts. The website is handshealinghearts.com. And taking people over and serving and doing stuff like this, I see so much healing and connection and oneness and love. And so it's so cool to me when I get to be around you guys, because I feel so comfortable in your space because I know what you're about, and I love everything you do. So I echo just being here is a gift to me because I enjoy the conversation. Even if I'm just here silently, I love everything you guys say, and I even take notes. So anyways, I just love it, and I appreciate that you allow me to be here in your space. So thank you both. And I can't go to Pine Valley. I'm sad because I have an event. It's a kickball game, and it's to support the Sunshine Home. So my friends and I, we just created the Sunshine Home. It's a home in Haiti for homeless children, and it's pretty cool. If you want more information, you could always reach out to me. And I have a trip in November, but that trip is full. So we are having other events, but right now we don't have anything except the kickball thing, which is at 6 o'clock in the Hurricane baseball fields out there. So I hope you guys have a good event. I will come next time.
I just want to chime in. I mean, what you're doing, what you're doing for homeless youth in Haiti, and what you're doing to create change in the world. Was it Gandhi that said, be the change you want to see in the world, by stepping in the way you are and doing what you're doing. And I find it beautiful as well that, gosh, your trip sold out. Our gathering in Pine Valley has one spot left. I mean, to me, it's just, it is evidence that humanity's coming together. I mean, it feels like, everybody thinks, well, we're so separate, we're so divided. And we see that in the media. We see that all around us, that, we're divided by party or gender or race or religion or whatever comes into play there. And yet we truly are one. And both of you, I'm just so honored and thrilled to be. I'm looking at my computer screen, and I'm right between these two lovely ladies that are doing so much to bring so much love and healing into the world. And, Pine Valley is going to be so much fun too with, we're calling the event Soul Essence. And it's all about the four sacred directions, but also four senses. It's about sight, it's about voice, it's about hearing and sound, and it's about the heart. And I bring that up because, I sit here as a guy, sitting between these two lovely girls, and it is about the heart. If we get to the matters of the heart, and if we look at the heart, and if we contemplate the heart, we all have a heartbeat. It beats with Mother Earth. And as we go and do and be, with these events or with these connections or with these modalities of healing the world and bringing us together, we can't help but have our hearts beat together. That's what's it about. We're literally syncing up. And despite what the world or the media might tell us about us being so separate or divided, for me, if we can just get over the us and them mentality and step into the we mentality, as humanity, we are so powerful. We're so strong, and we can shift things and change things and literally manifest something far better, perhaps, than what we've known. I just had to interject. I'm delighted to be with you guys today.
Oh no, we are in harmony with this conversation, and it's really where the world is at today, is stepping into that heart space. And when you think of the chakra systems, the system inside of your body that each holds an intelligence of you, of your innateness. We are at the fourth dimension right now, or the fourth density. And so heart is actually opening up to a new understanding and a profound love that most humans, almost all humans, don't understand without they when you think of love, it seems to be an attachment of some sort, and it seems to intimacy seems to have a different idea than what is energetically really coming through the heart space. And I witnessed the energies moving down and up, that everything that's connected above and everything that's connected below has been what we have been loving and being and learning and try and attempting or working, practicing towards that. I had a profound understanding or insight when I was in Sedona. I was asking what my message was, and I got a whole bunch of different light and frequencies, and a lot about the 888, 222s, 444s, and our Pine Valley happens to be 822. 2000 or 2020 at 2:00, and the eights are 4-2. So we are just getting. I mean, the angels are speaking, and the information that I have been shown is that we're moving from duality to our trueness, which is polarity, where there's an honoring system among when you move out of the thought of being separated. In polarity, energies merge together without a judgment. They move away without a judgment. They're just in understanding when they need to be in a place, and when they're not to be into a place. That's a harmony of the universe. So we are meeting in Pine Valley on all twos. Everything is adding up to twos and really pulling us into that. What is that polarity, that harmony that the universe is created in, the unfailing love and that soulful self that it desires that harmony. And then we get to bring music to it, which is just delightful. We have Scott Wright and his wife Lorraine going to lead in some music and some inspiration. And so I feel like that in our past groups and gatherings, that maybe that's what's been missing is the music. And so last year we did do an event in Zion, and we brought the music in, and it was like the glue, the solvent of us, of the gatherings for people to really keep that inside. And we, as this human frequency, this sound, we have our own ray, and so we get to think that we hold one of those keys, those music keys, a signature to the universe. And so when we are stepping into our power and we shine, the people you've been praying for, the ones you've been praying for, I would look in the mirror, there you are. We're here. And so we're the solvent, we're that sound, we're that the symphony when it all plays together. Imagine what can happen. And that's, I feel our intentions, some of our intentions are a little bit of it to bring these gatherings together, or events such as Pine Valley.
I love that.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, April. I didn't mean to step in.
Well, speaking of music, I was at Holly Hope did like a drum thing a few weeks ago, or I don't know, maybe it was a month ago. I lose track of time. And she said, like, if you don't have a drum, so I was just thinking when you said that about music, you just like do this on your heart. So you like pat your heart, but also like I noticed, I don't know if you can see, I just like pat my heart, like drum it like that. But it brings like instant calmness or something when I do it too. Yeah. So I don't know, it just made me think about music. Pat your heart.
I
Go
love that.
ahead.
And Holly's a dear friend of ours too. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many people doing their thing in their own small way in their own small corner of the world, but those small things are what makes it so big. And Nicole, you mentioned intimacy and what that really means. And if you break it down, it's into me, you see. It's
Oh,
about opening up and being vulnerable and connecting in a way. It isn't about sex and romance necessarily. That may be a manifestation of it, but even sex and romance is better when we're open, when we're vulnerable. Into me, you see. I'm going to show you my soul. I'm going to show you my heart in a way far beyond a physical connection, and that's what this is about. It's a spiritual or energetic connection. And even when you talked about the universe and the music and our song, I and we'll talk about this, I'm sure, when we get into this weekend. But the universe, una means one, and verse is song, the one song that we all carry our vibration into.
mhm.
And the beautiful thing is everybody is needed and wanted and is counted, because the chorus isn't full, the chorus isn't complete without each and every vibration that each and every one of us as individuals bring. And it's our uniqueness that makes it so beautiful. It's in the chaos that the perfection is manifested.
Mhm.
And gosh, I just can't say enough about it. I'm thrilled to have music this weekend. And yet music, human expression in any form, whether that's music or dance or painting or writing or photography, or even expression as we discuss these things. uh, my one of my sons said to me at one point, he said, I think music is proof that we're divine beings. Otherwise, how could we ever create it? How on earth, could a bunch of talking monkeys, bang on something and create, music? I laugh. He says we're a bunch of talking apes on a flying rock, that's orbiting through space. But he says even that is a
That's great.
miracle. He says it's an absolute miracle. You can't look at a day and a sunrise or a sunset and imagine, wow, my heart's beating, as you say, my lungs are breathing, and I don't even have to tell them or remind them how. It's a miracle.
Mhm.
Life is an absolute miracle.
Yes, and that frequency and that vibration and that heart space energy that we're talking about, and that oneness, that connects us all, it has a resonance that is the exact same as Mother Earth's heartbeat. And so when you start to understand that and feel that, and then recognize that Mother Earth is also going through these shifts and changes, and the Schumann scales are, I said that right, the Schumann resonance. There's the scales, it's a probe that goes into the earth. And then every time the Earth's core has movement or a frequency, it's just monitored very, very precisely. And we get to remember that our heartbeat is the same resonance as that. So while you are going through these ups and downs and things just seem very interesting right now, give yourself a little bit of credit. Give for first recognizing that something's different, and then realize it's okay some days just to not be okay, because the shifts and changes are so rapid that you're some days you just don't recognize they're even happening until they hit you. And with us opening our hearts up, like Jeff said, is that's we talked about the heart and how important it is, and that's what we're working on as collective. And that's also the heart chakra that's opening up in everybody. And it's the same. It's like connected right to Mother Earth. So I mean, us as a human being right now have a lot going on. This experience is we're the spiritual being right now. When you focus on the human body to embody that spiritual self, you're going to have the most massive, profound awakening when you realize that you are in this human experience, and your spiritual essence and being and soulful self is actually right now in this time connecting to your heart. Then you get to go, oh yay, because now it's connecting to Mother Earth, and I have a little bit of chaos going on, but it is okay, because it's growth. It's that's how everything works. Energy is always in motion, and and as you watch creation, that is what's happening, and it's what's happening inside of you right now at this time, and especially in 2000 or 2020. And I saw it coming. I saw these shifts and changes, but I had no idea what it looked like, and I had no idea that it would be this hard.
I have a question you guys might know. So I do find great comfort when you talk about Mother Earth and the same heartbeat. Like, that just gives me hope. Like, just remember you could connect with Mother Earth. I love that you share that. Okay, so here's the question. It might be redundant. How many awakenings do you think one has? It's just a thought. Do either one of you know?
It's so interesting you bring that up. I was
Okay.
with friends just Sunday night, and I said, I feel like I'm in my third awakening.
Okay.
I mean, and perhaps fourth. I suppose birth was an awakening of some great, record. But my near-death experience at the time of the accident was a huge awakening. It's like, wow, everything I thought I knew had been turned upside down and inside out. And then as I digested that and processed it and did so many things, seeking to make sense of it, perhaps, there was about a decade after that, a second awakening, a huge awakening where I had experienced the sum, but perhaps I didn't understand the equation or how things added up. And I thought, at that point, I thought, oh, wow, now I get it. And then I think just recently, I feel like I'm in this third awakening where I'm seeing things even differently, with deeper insights, more profound inspirations, and it surprises myself. Sometimes I'll be sitting there in meditation, or I'm spending a lot of time at sunrise and sunset, literally being in the sun. And I find it interesting. The ancient shamans are talking about how that sun is sending energy and love to us as humanity, that we're literally transforming from Homo sapien to Homo lumius, and we're shifting even our DNA. And yet then I see NASA says, huge sun flares coming from the solar, part of the sun. And it's like modern science and futuristic thinking is aligning with ancient prophecies and traditions. But I think we're going to always have awakenings. That's the beauty of it. There's no destination. There's no place of, oh, okay, now I'm done, or now I get it. There's a continual process of, wow, awakening, line upon line, precept on precept. And if we ever do get to a destination, we'll probably be bored.
Yeah.
And we'll probably say, you know what, let's go do that again. Let's go have that journey, because I feel that's where the beauty is. That's a beautiful question. You're a deep soul. I love it.
She's very intuitive, and
you make me feel so normal, because I was just wondering, like,
normal.
I'm going through that again. Like, I didn't.
I remember, like, each time I would go, I would like, oh, I got this energy down, I got this frequency down, and then all of a sudden I'm like, something else would hit me in a awakening or a conscious stream, and I'd be like, oh no, I don't know anything.
Right.
Because then you start to observe and understand the experiences you've had, but you realize there's so much more, and each time there's so much more. The most amazing thing, though, is it does get easier. Like, your first part is like your inner demons, realizing everything's inside of you, and it seems like you're leveling up like a Donkey Kong game. Every time you level up, something else hits you stronger. You keep doing that for a minute until then you realize that you can grow through joy quicker, faster, and more blissful than through the suffering. However, those steps of suffering, if you didn't take them, if you didn't go on that journey, you wouldn't know how to be where you're at right now. So this is super exciting. Then the second half, we will do a meditation, and we will be right back.
Next time on the New York Philharmonic This Week, Kari Kriku is the soloist in the U.S. premiere of the Clarinet Concerto by Eun-Suk Chen. This is Alec Baldwin. Please join me for a broadcast that will also feature the Symphony No. 1 by Gustav Mahler. Music director Alan Gilbert will conduct the New York Philharmonic this week.
The New York Philharmonic, Wednesdays from 11 till 1 on Radio St. George 100.3.
Chef Amy in Aragosta Restaurant has moved to the Bell Tower, contemporary American and fine European cuisine, created by Chef Amy, served in casual elegance. Open daily from noon to 9 p.m. Chef Amy in Aragosta Restaurant, now in the Bell Tower, 1386 East, 100 South, in beautiful St. George.
This is Dr. Ellen Arch. As a physician, I encourage people to use a face covering in public to reduce the spread of COVID-19 in Washington County. People can be infected with this virus and have no symptoms, then transmit it to others more vulnerable, like your grandmother or your friend with asthma. Please wear face coverings in indoor public spaces or where it's difficult to keep a 6-foot distance from others. Face coverings, combined with preventative measures like frequent hand washing and social distancing, can help slow the spread of this disease and save lives.
You can listen to Radio St. George anywhere with the TuneIn app. Download the TuneIn app from iTunes or Google Play and add Radio St. George, and then enjoy Radio St. George anywhere. Radio St. George on the TuneIn app.
Hey Google, play Radio St. George on TuneIn.
You're listening to Radio St. George 100.3 FM. We now welcome you back to Return to Consciousness with your host, Nicole.
Hello, all you beautiful people, and welcome back to the second half of Return to Consciousness. We are going to move into a beautiful meditation, and this is how the show goes. It is just kind of spontaneous and spirit guided. Well, not kind of, it is. We don't have any prompters. We will sometimes put out a topic, but sometimes, most of the time, it doesn't go with that. So we just go with it and trust that intuitively that we're just going to flow with each other. Which, look at this first half. We didn't know. April Betty is a surprise. The last minute I was she made it here from the hurricane and so pretty impressed with that, and it's just kind of it has just worked out. So the second half I was thinking we could do an amazing meditation, and maybe it can look like this as everyone sets an intention. Do you want to be part of the meditation, April, such as speaking?
Oh, sure. Whatever you want, I'll do.
I'm thinking of this, Jeff. What if I open with the feminine energies like we usually do, and then you bring in your oneness, and then April takes it from there?
Okay.
And then
I love it. That's all we need is an outline, and we don't even need that. And April, and it's such an honor. I have not met you, and Nicole's right. We just dove on the show, and it's let's see where this thing goes. But yeah, I'm happy to do that, and I like that idea. If April is willing,
I'm willing. I have no idea what I'm doing.
That's okay.
Just to let you know.
Neither do we, in honesty, but
Okay.
we do. We've done this many of times, and here's the thing. Here's the key for me. You don't have to know. You just have to trust. Just trust.
Okay.
And when thoughts come and feelings come and impressions come, I used to say, oh, that's my imagination. Oh, I can't say that. But I'll tell you what, as I have stepped into trusting myself, trusting those messages, that's how this thing rolls. And Nicole and I don't know what we're going to say. There's no right or wrong way to do this, but we just tap into that energy. We ride that wave, and we're thrilled that you're willing and able to ride it with us.
Okay, I'll just get out of the way because I have no idea what's going to happen here.
That's what we do, and we'll start with kind of that idea. But Spirit is if you're prompted and one of us pause, or if any of us pause and and there's something that comes to you, then you share it, and it will just, the harmony will go. And at the end, if I can end, you just look up at me, like I'm not, like anytime, just
Okay.
look like I'm
if
not.
I give you this, like
Yeah,
that.
yep, I can see
Okay.
you. We got each other's back, right?
Let's try this. Let's try this even with the listeners as you're
Okay.
listening at home, as embark and engage in this meditation. And it might look really funny if you're sitting in a public space or sitting at the office or somewhere. But if something comes to your heart and mind, vocalize it. Say it out loud. If you're listening to Nicole or April or I say something and some little spark comes to you, say it out loud. I mean, use your voice. This whole thing we're doing on the 22nd, this Saturday, it's about human expressing yourself, making that sound, using your voice and filling it from your heart and hearing your own voice say those things that come to you by spirit. That's one of the most powerful exercises there are. So listeners, if something comes to you or we pause, you say it out loud in whatever space you're in and see what that feels like to hear your divine voice expressing your divine impression into this divine world. And even the ripple effect of that, even if you're sitting alone in a small room somewhere, that ripples out into your household, into your neighborhood, into the community, into the hemisphere, and literally shifts the consciousness of the whole world. So let's do that.
Yes, I am loving it. So I will go ahead and start it and bring down the white light or do whatever I'm guided to do. And then we're just going to go with it. And, isn't that kind of how life is anyways? Things are happening so rapidly and so differently and so newness. And it's just moving through those moments of uncomfortableness, which I'm back on the radio for the first time in a while. This is the first time you've done this. I can kind of feel that between both of us are like that little bit of tension. And so we're going to invite each other just to go take deep breaths in and realize we're doing the best we can. And look how good we did just stepping back into this space that we haven't done in for a little bit. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes, really relax into this space, this safe space that you're in right now. And if you're driving, I'll invite you to revisit this later or pull to the side of the road. And remember that these energy sessions, the light knows no time or distance. And so it will show up for you exactly in the time that you need it. So I invite you to close your eyes and imagine the most amazing white light above your head. Brilliant in color. And in this amazing white light, there's diamond flames. They're just moving in this delightful way. And in this diamond expression, it's just like liquid light. And you're calling down this pillar of white light that is going to move down you like this mist. And in this is your colors. So you may see different colors, a sound, a smell. You're calling for that pure consciousness. You're going into that white light that created you. You're going to that source God creator. And as you are witnessing, feeling, sensing, or knowing this movement is moving down your body, each one of your chakras, which are in Sanskrit, they're called chakras, and in science, they're called energy wells because of this. When these are cleared and cleansed, they move to each organ, blood, bone, and so on. You could imagine this moving down into the core of Mother Earth. And then we're going to remember that our heart beats the same exact beat as Mother Earth. And then we get to remember that when you send down unfailing love, Mother Earth multiplies it by 10 and creates that beautiful expression of you, that your design just blossoms in massive, massive ways. And so you're going to breathe up through your body like a straw. So you breathe through your mouth You'll feel it move up your body and out the top of your head. And there's a beautiful energy in the heart space that is calling for Jeff's oneness.
As you connect to Mother Earth, as you literally let Mother hold you, as you feel the energy under your feet, and as you feel that energy come up through you and to the crown chakra, I invite you to turn your energy to Father Sky, to the light. And if you're outdoors, feel the sun on your shoulders, feel the sun on your hair, feel the sun on your skin, on your back, and realize the symbol that the sun is. The sun rises each and every day. And everything that light touches, and the sun shines on everything and everyone without judgments or comparisons. And everything the light shines on thrives and grows and flourishes and receives energy, including you. And imagine Father Sky in the cycle of our lives, in this eternal round of sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, with each evolution and revolution of the earth, Mother Earth spinning and turning and dancing, while Father Sky, the sun, holds the light and holds the context for growth and for love and for abundance. And as you feel that energy, noticing how as the sun goes clear across the sky and as you watch the sunset tonight, in that sacred space when Father Sky literally kisses Mother Earth on the forehead with a promise, I will be back. You can count on me. I can be trusted. And when I return, I will shine on everyone and everything with pure, unconditional, divine love. Breathe in that light, breathe it into your lungs, let it fill your whole body, let it come through the top of your head, let it come through your heart chakra, and realize that all of that is love. Breathe it in as if it literally is unconditional love, for in reality, it is. Every moment is sacred, every moment is a gift, and even in the stars of the night sky and the way the moon reflects her light, we know that there's always light. There's always white light to love us, to nurture us, to bring us along. And the biggest reality of all, as you stand here feeling all that external love, realize that you are that light, that that light is not only around you and about you, but is literally within you. That you are a manifestation of that love of Father Sky and Mother Earth, literally walking, talking, and being your contribution on this beautiful planet, which is our home. This is our home. And we will literally bring heaven to earth as we step into our magnificence, as I step into my magnificence and you step into your magnificence of pure, unconditional love.
Keeping your eyes closed, I want you to imagine the moon. Grandmother Moon is so beautiful and so full of light. She has so much she wants to offer you. So as you look at her beautiful brightness, imagine starting at your feet, filling your whole body with Grandmother Moon's beautiful light. Start from your toes, let it enter, and just feel it going up through your entire body, reminding you that she is always there to love you and to help you. And anytime you forget this, just walk outside and look up in the sky for her, and she will always be there for you.
And as we're bringing together these beautiful energies, this array of diamonds, the sun and the moon, we're going to hold honor inside of our hearts for that very expression of yourself. Be in joy for all of the magnificent gifts that you have been given that are showing up around you. I invite you to now drop into your heart space with a deep breath in, feeling all the energies just move through your body in the most delightful way as they move through you and become part of you and become a grand part of your experience, so that when you're moving through the energy of the world that's so up and down, that you can remember this time space and call upon this feeling to move through it with much harmony, with much clarity. And we're going to invite you to imagine in the core of the earth the most beautiful limb or tree trunk, this beautiful expression of Mother Earth sending you a delightful tree to move up your feet, up the core of your body, holding you and embodying you, bringing everything that you just created and remembered, bring it into the cells of your body with a deep breath in, and then on the breath out, feel your feet in the sand and the dirt, and really ground yourself into Mother Earth. And to remember right now, as we're moving out of the meditation and back into this time-space continuum and this reality, is that grounding is so important. We can create and we can learn to move outside of our bodies. We can do all these amazing things, but you are in this experience at this time. And so that is kind of useless, or it is useless until you can embody it through every cell of your body, awaken the 8th chakra, the star portal, and really bring in the grounding portal and into Mother Earth. That is a part of things that we get. I invite you to work on as us light workers are working through the intense energies right now, is grounding. It's very, very important. So I think I said that sentence backwards, but hopefully you got it. Sometimes I do that.
You know, Nicole, you say grounding, and as we come back into ourselves and into our bodies and into this space and whatever room or place you're sitting, do that tonight. You know, there's science behind this. You can literally, they call it grounding. Go outside, take off your shoes and socks, and walk barefoot in the grass, in the dirt. And it literally enhances the negative ions in your body and in your being and in your aura, if you will. And it boosts your immune system by several percentages. Even 20 minutes walking barefoot on the ground or in the grass will boost your immune system in such a way. And I've been reading, you know, with COVID and all that goes on, the best defense you have is a strong immune system. Even I forget the name, the National Health Organization that puts out, they say if you have T cells in your bloodstream, in your immune system, this is why some people may get COVID and not even have symptoms, because their immune systems are strong. They have those natural agents within their being that are conscious. There's light and intelligence in every one of our cells. And as you enhance that, you'll be healthy. You'll walk at a vibration that's high.
We have trillions of biophotons, which are the light particles, the cells in our body they are light, and light is knowledge. So when you start completely connecting to that, you're going to remember the innate abilities to heal yourself, of immaculate love, of awakening, and so on. And speaking of the grounding, I have had so many clients that I've shared that exact thing with this week. that you just said, Jeff. It seems that those people are they're home a lot more. They're not going out in the grass. They're not getting out in nature, and so people are meditating, or they're falling into depression. There's all sorts of things, but and it's because you're moving outside of your body, and we live outside of our body. Most humans do, 80% of the time. But that leaves your body vulnerable for negative energies and for all sorts of things. So what I've been sharing with people is how important it is to ground yourself, and how important that all of that stuff is massively amazing out there, the things that you can learn and do in pure consciousness. But it needs a healthy vessel to become a living transmission in this earth, in this world. And as all of us on earth at this time are living transmissions of that God source light that created you. And so right now is a perfect time to go embody that, be that, go ground, and allow your body to emanate it, because our body thinks that once you bring in that light, that it has to stay right in your heart, or it has to stay right here, and that's where the congestion gets. So remind your body, you are an infinite being, and this is a vessel, this beautiful suit that we chose, but there's so much more. You literally can breathe in that energetic design that you are, connect to Mother Earth, and then emanate out. People ask me, they say, how can I feel you when you are, like this lady said, I was going to New York, and she's like, how did I feel you when you landed at the airport? And I had to drive 2 hours even to get you, but I knew, I knew that you were there. I could feel it. It was just this amazing confirmation, and then the distant healings, how people do that, how we're able to do that is because we recognize that there's an energy field around us that can be sent all across the world. And so when I'm working with people right now in their home and there's a lot of depression, I'm going to invite you to pull down that white light, use these tools we gave to you today that was shared with you, re-listen to the beautiful meditation, ground it in your body, and remember it can move outside of you and still stay inside of you. Energy moves through you. It moves through you. And that when you realize that, the energy that sticks to you, the emotions and things that have happened in your life will start moving out in a more delightful way.
Yep. Depression is going around because I could feel it sometimes start in the last week or so creep in on me. And I was like, that can't be. I'm so good at recognizing if it comes. So even if you are taking care of yourself and doing all the right things, still just be aware. And if it comes in, don't let it get stagnant and stuck. You got to move it. So just move it. And it's just such little things that move it right out. And you could just get on with yourself. Don't let it stay. But I know it is very prevalent right now. Myself, I could feel it and recognize it. But then I'm like, stop. So I bring it to light. I'm like, is that what this is?
It's hit. I think it's hit all of us a little bit. It hit me when I realized I need to get out. I need to ground. I need interaction. I went through that space too. So I feel like that I keep saying, just be kind to yourself right now and have have patience, because you're doing the best that you can.
That's what I say when I look around the house. I'm like, just be kind to yourself. You're doing the best you can.
Of course, we say the same thing. I love it.
It's beautiful, though, that you're aware of that. I mean, that's the beautiful thing, is you're aware. I feel this coming on. I can do something to shift it. I've been telling people to dance. Dance. Go move your body. Go, no matter what mood you're in, whether that's fear, anger, depression, joy. I mean, whatever emotion is, and don't judge the emotion. We're here to feel all of them. But go dance and move your body. Go dance and move. Turn up the music and move. I don't care if you're in the bedroom, the bathroom, or out on the city street. Move your body, and it will shift your consciousness. It will change your mood. Another thing, too, I love that these things are free. Nobody you can. I don't care who you are, or if you've lost your job. You can dance. You can dance. It doesn't cost you any worldly possession or money. Also, walking on the earth, grounding and walking on the grass and the dirt, that's free. That's free. You don't have to go get a prescription for that. You don't have to go and have a pharmacy, or pay for it. Yeah. And also breathe fresh air. Mm-hmm. Breathe. As Nicole said, the energy flows through you. Energy is everything. and everything is energy, and the energy cannot lie. You can shift these things, and the best things for our bodies are free. The ground, the air, drink clean water, move your body, move your muscles and your limbs. I mean, I'm a one-legged man. I don't dance very well, but I'll tell you what, when I dance, it might look funny, but it shifts my consciousness in a different way. And these are ancient wisdom. It might sound silly and simple, but I'll tell you what, this is what the ancients have known and what we get to exercise as we move into the brave new world. And gosh, just a quick reminder, if it's okay, Nicole, we're doing the Spirit Keeper series in northern Utah in October and November. And you can find details on that at spiritkeeperseries.com. It's ancient indigenous spirituality and wisdom. And wanted to put a plug for that. Make sure you look up my book, Knowing, on Amazon. Knowing by Jeffrey Olson. It's a personal memoir, and I have spilled the beans there in many ways, but I just wanted to put a plug for that. So you get, when this crazy guy in the hat and the tractor driving shirt shows up, you'll know the
It looks like that we are running out of time, and so we are going to meet you back here at 4 o'clock next Wednesday. Have the most amazing weekend ever.
You've been listening to Return to Consciousness with your host, Nicole Ashton, creator of Energy Healing by Design, a world-renowned healer and luminary whose life-after-death experience has allowed her the gift of empowering people around the globe to heal and grow in their true authentic space. For audio and or video of this, go to Facebook or YouTube, Podbean or Spotify, and search Radio St. George or radiostgeorge.com. We invite you back next Wednesday at 4 o'clock for Return to Consciousness with Nicole Ashton on Radio St. George 100.3 FM.